I'd like to go ahead and call the Chickasha City Council to order. Need a roll call, please.
Hatchett,
Here.
Irving,
Here.
Hebblethwaite,
Here.
Smith,
Present.
Alexander,
Here.
Burris,
Here.
Southard,
Present.
Grayson.
Here. We'll have the opening prayer by Georgianne and the pledge by Kim.
Please bow your heads with me. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this opportunity to be here tonight to conduct the business of our city. We ask that you continue to watch over all of our city employees and staff, return them home each and every day safe to their loved ones and family after each shift. We also would ask, Lord, that you please watch over our servicemen, both here and abroad, as for without their sacrifices, we would not be free to be in these chambers tonight conducting the business of the city. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Don't have any citizen comments, so we'll move on to item 3, council communications. We'll start off with the proclamation signing of Chickasha becoming a Purple Heart City. And we do have a representative here, Steve Bird. I'm gonna ask him to come up so he can tell us all about it.
Mayor, Council, I appreciate you guys inviting me out. I've talked to Susan multiple times over I guess about a year now. My name's Steve Bird. I'm from Colgate, Oklahoma. A couple of years ago, Master Chief Larry Scribner, who's a Navy man, asked me if I wanted to be an ambassador. I said, what do I got to do with that? He said, well, just support veterans, combat wounded veterans. It's fitting that George Washington, we gave the first merit badge in the 1700s, and it turned into the Purple Heart in the 30s. And, our combat wounded men and women are just a treasure that we cannot ever forget. We say that the road to freedom was paved with Purple Hearts. And I tell young kids, Taylor Swift and Tom Cruise are not your hero. It's that old man with the wooden leg who lost it in World War II, or the kid that's got a metal plate from Afghanistan, And when you come into cities that are Purple Heart cities, you'll see the green signs that we like for you guys to put up. It's just a very small token of what we owe those people, And Ronald Reagan said, freedom is one generation away from being extinct. And you think, well, that's not true. But you think about what's going on from when I was born in '63. Patriotism was pretty strong. We'd come out of Vietnam. I was raised by World War II veterans, and they taught me what the flag meant and what the men does. I never served in the military. I tell everybody because heroes like you guys went overseas and kicked everybody's tail in where I didn't have to go. I would have, but, I couldn't imagine being in a hole in a jungle with my friends being killed around me and not taking baths every day and not having air conditioner and not drinking cold water, And it's just stuff like that we just take for granted, And we should never forget them because the sacrifice that they do. Today, we got kids overseas and doing things that, I don't know if I could have done. I don't know if I'm the man enough to do what them kids are doing, the men and women who fly those aircraft and everything. So a simple proclamation and a sign is our way of saying, hey, we don't forget you. We're never going to let that generation be one generation away from freedom because without it, we're doomed. And those kids, and I say kids because there's kids. How old was you when you served?
18 to 38.
There you go. When I was 18, the least thing on my mind was taking orders from somebody and marching and doing what you guys had to do. And it's because of guys like you that I didn't have to do that. And I'm forever grateful. And Chickasha will ever be grateful for being a Purple Heart city and letting that freedom ring and showing these guys when they come into town, look at there, they remember. So I appreciate your time.
If you had gone in, they would have changed your attitude within a week.
Well, I tell you, my business partner for years is a Vietnam vet. And before he got drafted, he wanted to go be a Marine. He said, my dad was a Marine, uncle was a Marine. And, there's things, like I said, you can't imagine. And he says, I come back and I was hurt, but not bad. He said, I know a lot of kids come back that they're mental. He said, but every once in a while, a book will drop or a door will shut, and it sounds like somebody that was a foot from me getting hit by a round. He said, there's a sound that I never can get out of my head. And he said, it doesn't bother me every day, but every once in a while somebody hit something, and I'm just like, I'm back in Vietnam, and I know the smell of it and the sound of it. And it's like, I can't imagine that. I mean, I just can't even put myself in that shoe. But I can support the veterans, and I put flags out on people I don't even know. You know, when I see a cemetery and there's a World War II vet, and you can tell that nobody's been there in 40, 50 years. It's just little things like that to show, hey, we appreciate you guys. And I appreciate you guys taking the time, Mayor, to sign the proclamation. And it'll be on our website and stuff, and I really appreciate it. You guys let me know, although actually I have a plaque because I hadn't made one yet, but we give a real pretty plaque. And if you guys set a date, let me know. I'll come out and get some veterans. If you know any Purple Heart veterans, let's get some pictures, and I'll present the city with a plaque and just shine some more light on them. So if you guys set that up, let me know, and I'll bring the plaque out. We made the Choctaw Nation, the Chickasha Nation, or Purple Heart reservations. About every city around me in southern Oklahoma has become a Purple Heart town or city. We made Bryan County down in Durant a Purple Heart County. So it's just a way, it's just, you know, we got to teach these kids to say, you know, that flag means something, you know. I mean, there's people in this country that burn it today. And when you see it draped over your grandpa's coffin, you think, how could somebody do that? So I appreciate you guys, appreciate your time. And I got a copy of it, but if you guys want to scan me a copy, I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Is my hair okay?
John,
Okay, all council members are in. Oh, appreciate it, Steve. Yes, I do.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah, Susan, thank you for connecting that for us. It's long overdue.
My pleasure.
All right, next we have Judge Chaffin will administer the police officer oath of office to Cheyenne Mann.
All right. If you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Cheyenne Medicine Man, having been duly appointed as a police officer of the city of Chickasha, county of Grady, state of Oklahoma, do solemnly swear that I will defend, enforce, and obey the Constitution and laws of the United States of America, the state of Oklahoma, and the ordinances of the city of Chickasha. I will obey the lawful orders of my superior officers and the regulations of the city of Chickasha and the police department, that I will faithfully discharge my duties and responsibilities as a citizen of the United States. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or the public trust. I will always have courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. This I do solemnly swear this 6th day of April, 2026. Congratulations.
Next, we have a fire department badge pinning ceremony for Aaron Holcomb.
Susan, I'm a little mad that you put me after Judge Cheffin, so. I'm not nearly as good at this, but Mayor, Council, Mr. Crosby, citizens, our mission statement says, "We are committed to saving lives and protecting property through innovative tactics and training while creating a culture of teamwork and servitude. To do those things, we must be selfless, committed to serving others and bringing value to the community we serve. Selflessness is sometimes a forgotten word today with little to no meaning. We must believe that selflessness is not a forgotten word and that there are those in the world and in our communities ready to give of themselves for a greater good. Our hiring process is centered on finding those types of people, and I believe we absolutely got it right with this young man. He has already exhibited compassion and a deep work ethic that is hard to find in today's world. He passed a 5-week academy that focused on being an asset for this community on day one. That means countless reps, stretching hose, putting it back and doing it again, throwing ladders until he didn't want to anymore, and performing search and rescue drills to prepare for worst-case scenarios. Mayor, Council, Mr. Crosby, I am proud to present to you our newest probationary firefighter, Aaron Holcomb. Mr. Holcomb, you may now pin your son's badge over his heart. Welcome to the family.
Congratulations.
All right. I know there's a lot of nervous people in the room that are ready for this next portion of our council communications. We'll let the room clear just a little bit.
Y'all all stay safe.
It's kind of rude to just leave in the middle.
All right. Next, we have junior council presentations.
This is fun.
Shay, you going to kind of give us the rundown on what's about to take place?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Mayor and council members. As most of you know, we have spent the last year with 15 students from the Chickasha High School as part of our junior council program. This is our inaugural year, and whenever I approached you all and the high school and Mr. Crosby last year about doing this, I really didn't know what we were in for, but I'd like to say that this has been a really great year. The kids standing behind me, we are missing a few, but they have been outstanding citizens, outstanding representatives of Chickasha High School, of Chickasha, of their families, and I'm really proud of each and every one of them, and it's been an honor to get to work with them over the last year. So they are each going to take a few seconds, maybe some longer than others and maybe some shorter than others, to share who they are and also a little bit about their favorite part of junior council and their year of service. They're not quite done. They will end the year. This next week, they will have a day of service at one of our parks. They will also have the graduation ceremony coming up in May, and you all will be invited to that. And then we will have a day of fun volunteering at the air show on June 6th. Who's excited? Yes. So I know they're a little bit nervous, but they are all going to do wonderful. And I'm going to turn it over to Jason to share a little bit about the program.
How's it going, everybody? Good evening, Mayor, council members. My name is Jason McCray. As you can tell, I'm part of the Chickasha Junior Council. Over the past school year, we've been gifted the opportunity and the chance to learn more about the inner workings of our city, and we've toured and visited different facilities. Shay's helped coordinate with different people. We've learned so much about the inner workings of our city, how things come together, and just how things are actually kind of complicated with what y'all do. It's not as easy as it looks. So, with my pleasure, I'm going to turn over to Emma Burton here. She's our city clerk for our junior council. She's going to tell you a little bit about what we enjoy doing.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm Emma Burton. I'm a senior at Chickasha High School, and my favorite department this year was the police station, which was a little out of my reach because I came into the school year wanting to study accounting and business management in college, and actually junior council made me change my mind about my career path, and now I'm going into forensic criminology into college. So I think it was a great opportunity to kind of figure out what I'm doing and get a feel for everything, and the police station really impacted me, so I got to learn a lot about that and change my career path, which was exciting. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and fellow council members. My name is Mia Ginn, and I am a senior at Chickasha High School. I've really enjoyed being a part of junior council this year and getting to learn about the city along with functions and operations. I have also had the opportunity to meet a few of our city leaders and to learn from them, which was also a wonderful experience. And sorry, but just us. And I'm sorry.
It's all right. Take a breath. You're fine. You're all right.
I just totally forgot what else I was gonna say. And
Yeah.
I couldn't be more appreciative for those who came out and shared their time and knowledge with us. After getting to visit various city departments, I was definitely most intrigued by the fire department. Getting to learn more about Chickasha's emergency services, vehicles, schedules, and operations was definitely very insightful to me. And understanding what all they do to support our community and other surrounding areas was definitely led to a greater appreciation for them. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Kaya Miller, and I'm a senior at Chickasha High School. The thing I enjoyed most about this program would be getting an inside look of the city. It was really entertaining, and it was fun to get to go to different places throughout the school year. And it made me more appreciative for those who come together as a community to keep our town running. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Kaden Samaniego. I'm a senior. My favorite part about junior council was getting to go to the police department and learn about the different aspects that go into the police department.
Sorry, Dad.
Okay, sorry guys. And getting to learn about the family aspect of the police department as well. And it also helped me to step outside of my comfort zone and meet all of the city leaders and people in charge. Thank you.
Thank you.
This will be a fun car ride home.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm Kiara. I'm a junior at Chickasha High School. And my favorite part of going everywhere with junior council and getting to be with them was definitely going to the police department and being under my dad because he's my biggest role model. I got to watch him interact with all of them. And on top of that, I got to make friendships with people outside of people I'm already comfortable with. And getting to be under my dad was probably one of the biggest things that helped me to understand that what he does is not easy, but it does make it fun to watch him get to do that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and City Council members. My name is Kenise Benoit, and I'm a sophomore at Chickasha High School. My favorite part of junior council was stepping out of my comfort zone. I was elected mayor, and that leadership position wasn't really normal for me, so to basically be put into this position got me out of this shy sort of mood that I was in. So to be able to step out of that comfort zone was really beneficial for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're gonna invite her up to oversee me.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. Thank you for all of the experiences you've given me the ability to take through this program. It's been great understanding the public works sector, the police department, and the fire department. I found all of them to be great, and it helped me understand what and how the city was doing. I have no clue what I'm going with this, but thank you so much.
I feel
Thanks,
that
Preston.
statement. I feel that.
You'll fit right in.
Good job, P.
Oh, guess I still have to do my slide, but as you can tell, this opportunity for all of us, I think on behalf of every single one of us, we're missing a few of us today, but I think the majority of us are here. But I think on behalf of all of us, we can say thank you to Shay. Thank you to all you guys for helping set this up. This has been a gift, an opportunity none of us deserved, but it truly opened our eyes in so many ways, and we're very thankful for it. This has been a blessing in so many ways.
Wait for questions. We have a video.
Oh.
And thank you while we watch the video, apparently. Okay, can watch our video.
Hello, everyone. My name is Bethany Goble. I am one of the counselors at Chickasha High School. First off, I apologize for not being there tonight. I'm currently in class for my master's program, but I also sincerely want to thank Mr. Mayor and all of our city council members for agreeing to this program and allowing this program to exist. I know last year when Shay came to our school and introduced what this program was going to be about, I knew I wanted to be involved. Shay has done an incredible job at getting our days organized, at coordinating with all of the city organizations, and just being an awesome partner. We're blessed to be able to be in this with her. I really am excited that this program happened, and hopefully will continue in the future, because it provided a lot of students, plus myself, just valuable insight behind the scenes of how one community works together, how all the city organizations operate and collaborate, and also the importance of citizens' voices, and understanding like the real background and knowledge of what goes into city decisions. So I, again, apologize for not being there, but I'm so proud of being part of this program and proud of our joint council members. These 15 students, they represented myself and the high school and my city proudly. And I'm excited to keep running with this program, so thank you.
And Coach Goble and Shay, I can't tell you how many times that, we've been doing these meetings and we got to sit in these seats that y'all are in, and we've had these questions, and, we asked if they could coordinate things that are not very easy to coordinate, and Shay just, every time she'd say yes, and she'd find a way to get it done. So we'd like to, thank Shay and thank all you guys for helping get this done. Are there any questions about our program? What's going on?
I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you, because it's my understanding when the applications came in, it was a pretty competitive program to get into. So you really had to want to be here, but also just, you guys are the future leaders, whether you want to be or not. It's happening, we're all going to go out to pasture one day, then you guys are going to take the reins. So it's very important that you guys are being involved, and I just want to say thank you very much for being involved.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor. It's been a pleasure this past year, and thank you all.
What
Thank you.
I would like to say to you guys too, that I hope you gained a bunch of perspective. I know you guys are the age of the digital social media, and what I hope that you've learned that what you see and what you read online is not always the case, or what you see posted. And so I hope that this connected a lot of the dots to that's not feasible, or what you're saying isn't right, or in the importance of showing up and learning. Ask questions. What do we need to do to get the street better? What do we need to do to get a stop sign here? And what are the restraints and the budgets and the learning why things don't always happen like that, like it does on social media with the click of the button. So I hope you've kind of seen a different perspective there and can help advocate for your city and show up and always be open to learn and help. So
And I just can't believe that Mia did not take my advice and run against her mother.
She did
But I
turn
guess she
18
wanted
in
a place to
October.
sleep.
She turned 18 in October, so I guess she
Yep.
could. Hey, I'm just proud of her for speaking today. She will be the accounting in the back room. She's not a talker. She doesn't. She's a thinker.
Got it done.
That's right. I'm proud of you.
Got anything else?
I just want to know, did Chief Gigi get your contact information so when you get out of school, he can hire you?
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you guys so
Appreciate you
much.
guys.
There is hope for the future.
All right, now council communications. Anybody have anything?
Yes.
Charlie, go ahead.
Yes, if you don't mind. Mr. Mayor and Jim and perhaps Omar, we haven't had council communications for a while. So when I spoke with this person who's older than I, longtime Chickasha person, business person, and they pointed out something to me, and I go, I just don't see it. Well, we hadn't had rain for quite a while. And if you follow me through North 16th Street, what I call Old 81 going north, you pass the green tractors, you see an old company on the right, but if you'll get past the economic development land where there's a drilling rig, the railroad tracks, I don't know which company has that tracks, but just across the tracks on North 16th Street, the northern portion of the right-of-way or the next property's easement area, or there's a waterway that needs to flow to the east. And after it rained, I saw what the person was talking about. It drains appropriately from the north to the railroad tracks and kind of stacks up there. And it's not because it's unmaintained as far as vegetation. It looks like it's mowed pretty nice and pretty well trash-free. But I'm bringing it to the attention of this person's request that it really doesn't seem like it would take too much to get that to flow like it's supposed to
So Charlie,
with dirt machinery.
it seems like a grading issue.
I think so, and maybe just very small dirt equipment. But I know the people that know more about it could tackle it, or at least look into what the city can do there. I don't know where the railroad begins and the next property begins, or the railroad ends and the next property begins. So that's what I needed to bring up tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody got anything else?
I already told her, but I want to give a shout out to Amanda. One of the local citizens called me about our oil and gas lease that we're going over tonight and had a lot of questions about it. And all I know is that we voted to accept that lease, and I didn't know any of the particulars about it. So I called somebody that's in the oil business to look at that contract, and the statement they made is the city attorney has done a good job of staying on top of what needs to go into those contracts. So well done to Amanda.
Thank you. Good job, Amanda. Anybody got anything else? I just want to make the comment that I don't care who you're voting for, just get out and vote tomorrow.
Yep.
It's very important that all citizens get out there and they express their American right to vote. So again, don't care who you're voting for, just get out there and do it. Anything else? All right, let's move on to item 4, consent docket.
Motion to approve consent docket is presented.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving, Ginn. Yes. Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Abstain?
Southard,
Yes.
Grayson.
Want to circle back to Irving? We're on the consent docket.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes. All right, then item 6A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept financial audit for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. And I believe we do have a representative here to talk about it.
Make a motion that we accept and ratify the financial audit for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024.
Second.
And we'll have discussion.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Andy Cromer. I'm a CPA and a shareholder with HSPG and Associates. I was here last August, so I see some familiar faces here. That was for the 23 audit, so this is for the 24 audit. And I was going through this afternoon, getting ready for this, looking at amounts and numbers and disclosures, and finally I decided, this is 2 years ago and older, really. And this is old news. There's really no point to go over data that's old. It has no relevance to today. So certainly if you all have seen something, let me know, but I'm not going to get into numbers simply because of that. There's a few things that I do want to point out. They're really not number related though. But a couple of things, just to remember that we are the auditors. There's another firm, Crawford and Associates, that's involved. So you may have seen their name or seen their invoices come across. They are a separate CPA firm, completely separate from us. And they help the city, they actually write the report, and we audit it. And that's by design, so we don't audit our own work. So that's that. The opinion, the one thing that we do prepare, actually you should have 3 documents. The big one, the one thing in this report that we do prepare is our audit opinion, and that's where we say these financial statements are materially correct. So whoever you hand those out to, that's what they're gonna expect to see and wanna see. There are also 2 reports in the back of this that we also have to prepare. One is required by the state of Oklahoma. The second one is required by the federal government. So kind of going at those in order. The first one from the state, it's broken into 2 sections. It's got a section for internal control and a section for compliance. And this is citywide, so if we had any issues with internal control or compliance, they would be in that report. And you might say compliance with what? And it's generally going to be compliance with state law that are financial related matters that get cities in trouble. And so we do have one comment on internal control back there. And then the second report, or actually 2 comments. And then the second report deals with the federal government. That is required when you spend over $750,000 of federal awards during the year. So you don't have this every year. But in 24 you did. And it's a similar type of thing where there's a section on internal control and a section on compliance. And so we did have one comment on compliance back there. And it's similar to last year's. So we'll get to both of those. Before I do, any questions, because I'm just skipping completely through the financial statements. I don't know if anybody tried to make sense of them, but does anybody have any questions or comments just on what they saw? Okay, so if not, just at the very back of this report, there are 3 comments. The first one deals with internal control and your cash, and really it's kind of a very broad statement, but into it is baked several thoughts. One is to get the bank reconciliations done more timely, get them done accurately, simplify the process. So there are several things really baked into that. The second comment deals with your EMS. So the city contracts out the billing for their ambulance services because it's just like anything medical related, it's inherently complex. And that third-party billing provider was changed during the year, and this is probably the 3rd time it's happened. And every time it seems to happen, that group, the old group, has outstanding receivables. They get replaced with a new group. Those receivables, upon changing to the new group, just fall off the face of the cliff, it seems like. So if somebody pays, great, we'll take the money, but if they don't, nobody is working those old receivables. So, it's Medicare, Blue Cross, whoever, those folks will pay if you do it right. And it may just be, hey, you didn't fill out this piece of paper, you didn't put a number in this box, whatever, mistakes happen, and they have to be worked. And so I guess the comment here being, or the point being, just know if you do change again in the future, there needs to be a process for those old receivables not to fall off the cliff and to continue to be worked. So, you're not, like any health-related receivable, you have you have contractual amounts that you're gonna pay regardless of what you may bill. And so there's gonna be adjustments to those numbers, but still someone needs to be working them. So that's the second comment. The third comment, which I think will be fairly clear, is the federal government. This report is required to be submitted within 9 months of year end. So that would have been March of 25, so clearly you haven't met that. So that's that comment. So that's that report, and as quickly as I can do it, you also have 2 other smaller reports. This big report will go to the state auditor's office. It gets submitted to the federal government clearinghouse. The other 2 reports just go to you all. And so those matters in there we consider to be, I guess, lesser severity. And we've discussed all of those with management, and so I think some of those just, particularly the cash comments, just take a while to work through. It's an inherently kind of complex accounting thing to get fixed, but anyway, they're working on that. I think that's it. So we've got a plan with, I think in the past, once we started and finished, it's been, I couldn't even tell you, it may have been 6 to 9 months is how long it would take us to get through it. This year we did it in 2 months, and it's not because we got better, it's because you guys made a commitment and had a plan and resources, and so that makes a difference. And so I think we've got a plan to do 25, and then as soon as 25 is done, see, you'll get started on 26, but clearly 25 is already late, but you guys understand it, and there's a plan to get caught up. So I think that's it in a nutshell. So thank you all. Any questions for me before I exit?
Mr. Mayor, if I may, one of the things that I came into, I've been on council now for a year, is that we were 3 years behind on audits. And so my hat is off to the city manager, Rich back there behind, and those who helped put this together and get it on track. We're almost there. And I know that out there in the world of Facebook, et cetera, there's a lot of bashing about not watching your pennies, et cetera, et cetera. Look, folks, in the last 12 months, this has happened. And that's reality. And so, thank you, sir. And we look forward to seeing the 25. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6B, public hearing to discuss, consider rezoning for 512 South 18th from R1 to R3 for applicant Nicole Myers. It is 7:10. I'd like to go ahead and open the public hearing. If anybody would like to speak on it, now is the time.
Hello, Mayor, Council. The Planning Commission did pass this to approve the rezoning for this. It's in there's something that butts up to it. It's currently R3, so there's no spot zoning. We never received any letters stating that they didn't want this to happen, so it was all votes yes from the Planning Commission.
Is there any idea what they're wanting to build there? I mean, is it a duplex?
Yes. I think, Nicole, do you want to get up here? Do you want to get up here and tell them what you're wanting to build?
Jessica, would you repeat, you mentioned something about a letter. You did receive letters?
No, I did not receive any letters.
There's been no feedback from the community before the planning commission?
No, sir.
Or anybody that would have, at the planning commission's meeting?
No, the only person that did show up was Nicole.
The applicant?
Yes.
Thank you.
I didn't hear the question, I'm sorry. I had an ear infection about a year ago and I lost significant hearing in my left ear, so what was the question?
My question was, what are your plans as far as What kind of structure do you want to put on that?
So
lot.
ideally, I mean, I want to do a triplex, to do 3 families, 2 larger homes and then a smaller home. So I don't want them to all be the same size. It's a corner lot. It's over 1/4 of an acre, and I own the only piece of land that touches it. I also own. The boundary is a road on the north, road on the east, and a railroad sign on the west, right? Do I have that right?
Railroad track on the west.
Yeah, I have that right. There's a piece of property that runs behind the house that has a stop sign that nobody knew was a stop sign there until I had a whole bunch of trees trimmed and there's a stop sign. It's not a road, might be an alley, but we are pretty sure it's a railroad easement. But it starts and stops. There's nothing to the north and there's nothing to the block to the south. And if you follow the roads, like look at the road signs, there's 18th, then there's a railroad, and then there's 19th. I'm working with community development to see what will fit best on the lot, and I'm gonna get it surveyed, and then we're gonna plat it out and plan it. The reason why we wanna do a triplex is because there's a ton of room there, and because of the corner, you could very easily go around the corner and then have a really nice backyard that's protected for kids to play in.
So I know we're not to the next piece of property. So is your plan to use both of those?
No.
Okay. So you
The
just-
other piece of property is already in the middle of a remodel.
Okay.
But I don't think the fence is on the property line. Based on what do you think? Do you think the fence is on the property line? That's what I'm trying to get them out there. I don't think the fence is on the property line, but we're gonna leave the fence where it is.
Would the triplex front 18th each?
My goal is to have 2 houses face 18th, and then one front door face, what road is that? I always forget and have to ask you. Iowa? Minnesota. I always forget which road is on the north.
Okay.
It's right there where the one door is.
The total would be 3 addresses if you
Yeah, but
get,
it'd be 2 different addresses, because, the address is assigned based on where the door faces. So one address would be like 1801 Minnesota, if it's Minnesota, and the other 2 would be 18th Street.
okay.
My goal is to build 3-bedroom houses, 2 3-bedroom houses, and 1 smaller.
Under one roof or 2 different?
I'm working with the planning commission to plan all that out. I can't do, the city has told me that the lot is not large enough to do 2 separate properties, that they have to be attached.
Okay.
Because in order to do 2 separate properties, I have to be at 12,000 square feet, and we think it's like almost 11,000.
Jessica, would you know offhand what parking requirement would be if that were to be approved, 3 addresses? What would our stipulations be about parking?
Have to meet the parking regulations per our ordinance with our chief building official, so he will put that in the permit of her requirements. I don't know off the top of my head exactly what that is, because I don't handle the permit side of it.
Okay.
Our chief building official handles all of the building reviews. But she would have to meet that requirement. It would be a sealed surface.
The only difference between an R2 and an R3 in the ordinance is that an R3 requires less space per door. That is the only difference.
A higher density.
It's a higher density. That's the exact verbiage between an R2 and R3. Nowhere in either one of those ordinances does it specifically say a single family, a duplex, or a triplex, or a quadplex, or an apartment complex, or whatever. It literally just says that a difference between an R2 and an R3 is that an R3 allows a higher density of people per square foot, but it's not super specific on what that is that I've been able to find yet.
Jessica, you said planning passed this unanimously?
Yes. And I have no neighbors to impact, and the next nearest house that's on the other side of the railroad tracks is a duplex. And the one across the street is a single family with either a 2-car or a 3-car garage, but I don't remember if the garage is attached. You're no help. I'm trying to remember my memory of that. I know because the house faces Minnesota and then the garage faces 18th. But it's been there a long time.
Would the proposed, whatever you're proposing to build, would that come back before us, so that we go back to planning and zoning and then
things to the lot, depending on the square footage of the lot, that would go before the Board of Adjustments for a variance. So it ends with the ordinance if you guys decide to pass.
It's my understanding that I need a variance only if I go outside of what the current ordinance says.
Correct.
But Chickasha needs more affordable housing. They need less rental houses that are $2,000, $1,500. It's nearly impossible to find a 3-bedroom home in Chickasha that's less than $1,500 a month. I just bought a new acquisition 45 days ago, and it is a 3-bedroom. It is a 2-bath. I bought it at a foreclosure sale. And my break-even point, so my point to pay the mortgage, the taxes, put a little bit aside because a tenant's gonna tear something up, right? It just happens, there's wear and tear. My break-even, cover my taxes, not put any money in my family's pocket, is $1,200 a month. That's where I have to break even. Property taxes, that's not any going out to eat money, not buying the kids new clothes, it's just paying what it costs to maintain and keep that property. Chickasha does not have a ton of high-paying jobs. In order to get a higher-paying job, you have to drive out of town. My significant other drives out of town to work. He works in downtown Oklahoma City. He pays almost 25, and it's his choice, so this is not a complaint. I'm just trying to give information. He pays almost 25% of his check for tolls, which again is his choice. Take the toll, but gas back and forth, not a choice unless you want to push it up the road. He has to pay for parking because it's in downtown city. You know, pack your lunch, go out to eat, all that costs, right? So in order to get those higher rents, it's people that are working out of town. If we can get more properties that hold families with 2 kids, you know, what's your average household? Mom, dad, 2.1 kids, a dog, a cat, right? That's the American dream, white picket fence. Well, if you have 2 kids, a mom and dad, you need a 3-bedroom. But you need a 3-bedroom you can afford. I've never had to actually go through an entire eviction process for somebody owing me rent because we work with our people. When they get behind, have I filed? Yeah, I've had to file, sometimes just to get their attention. But usually they come to me with a plan and they get caught up. My average time for people in my houses, 6 years.
What are you thinking that, because you're talking about affordable, what are you looking at on these?
If
I know
can
it's
get
not
it
even
done
built.
cheap enough,
Mhm.
I would like to rent a 3-bedroom house for $950. I'd like to stay below $1,000. I think going over that $1,000 mark, it's a dollar. $9.99 to $1,000, that's $1. But that's still a big chunk of money. I have a 1-bedroom. The guy's been there since 2017. He pays $475 a month. I've raised his rent once. He moved in at $425. My property taxes went up. I absorbed part of the cost and gave him part of the cost. His mom or grandma or somebody lives across the street. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. They're all happy. That's how most of my tenants are. Most of them stay and hang out, and then when they move out, I do an upgrade to the house. Add central heat and air. Do the windows, whatever the next greatest thing is. I did have one lady move into a house that's on the south side of town, personal story. She did not stay that long because it was too quiet. She came from Dallas, lived in an apartment complex in Dallas. The house is just outside of the city of Chickasha, just outside the city limits, but it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. And she was calling me, I heard something drop, I'm scared. And so there'd be nothing over there. We've never had any problems with that property at all. And so I said, look, I don't think you're happy here. I'll break your lease, you can move out, no harm, no foul. And she did. She moved up to Oklahoma City into an apartment complex down Oklahoma City. She needed that noise. That's the only person that we've ever had to do that with. We've had to get crossways with some people. That just happens sometimes. But usually we figure out a way to work with them. I've not had an empty rent house come open and change hands since 2020. Same tenants, same houses, same people.
Do we have any more questions or anything? Anybody else want to speak for or against? Cole, you have anything else you want to share with us?
I'm slow at this sometimes because it's all cash, but I get there. And they're not crap when I'm done. They are sometimes when I start, but not when I'm done.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, 7:22, I'd like to go ahead and close the public hearing. Move on to 6C, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve ordinance 2026-7 rezoning request for 512 South 18th for applicant Nicole Myers from R1 to R3.
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 2026-07 as presented.
Second.
Any more discussion?
Mr. Mayor, to be sure, in our packet, we have a very small picture. Looks like an aerial photo. What we are voting on would just be the northern portion of that picture, say about halfway up. Do I see some lines drawn around those structures?
Those black, little thin black lines? Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Jessica, can you comment on that?
The railroad tracks?
No, that's up here. What are you talking about? See these little bitty lines?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't suppose we have this on the
The
screen.
Jumbotron?
In a bigger picture.
If I can get Google Earth maps.
I know, yeah, no, it's okay.
Okay, so you're just voting just for
Warmer glasses.
one lot, the 512.
Would you say it's the one on the north that looks like just one structure in it and has a good bit of open ground right to the north?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh,
Carson.
I feel like I'm there.
So you would just be voting for this portion right here?
Where your finger is and
Yeah.
north?
Yeah.
And north, yeah, okay.
Okay.
There's a fence. There's a fence like right back. I'm sorry. It's okay.
Shay's doing that on
Well,
purpose.
it's well patrolled. Okay,
So
yeah.
everything north of this would be rezoned. I think that's all you're voting on.
Okay. But in the discussion of the public hearing, was there plans made for the property to the south?
In remodeling,
Okay.
it's an active remodel.
Just needed to be clear. Our picture would make you think, oh, the duplexes are going to go, or the triplex would potentially go where there are 1, 2, 3 structures in the picture. But we're only talking about the northern portion of it, where it seems like there's one structure.
Correct.
Okay. Tohank you for everybody for helping me clear that up.
Yeah, the one on the south side has multiple active remodel permits. Total new electric from the ground up. Some of the windows are being replaced. I may end up replacing all of them, depends on money. There's nothing wrong with the windows now, there's old aluminum. The interior's getting redone. We're taking out a closet, adding a half bath, a walk-in closet, all brand-new kitchen stuff, because the kitchen's been taken down to studs. Sorry, I'm thinking. Brand-new hot water tank, brand-new front door. The back door is being relocated from the side of the house to the back of the house. There's a window now, it's being turned into a door, so it can go directly into an overhang, so people can come up and park and then, like, bring groceries inside without getting rained on. The fence will be completely redone, and then once the house is done, we'll talk to community development about doing something with a detached shed garage thing. I don't really know what to call it, because it has power and water, but it's separate. So
Thank
it's
you
not
for
being
clearing that
remodeled
up.
yet.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Kien,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving. Yes. Grayson.
Yes. Item 6D, public hearing to discuss and consider the rezoning for 624 North 10th from R1 to R2 for applicant Brandon Smith. It's 7:27. I'd like to go ahead and open the public hearing. Have Anybody that'd like to speak on it?
Mayor, Council, this passed the same way. At Planning Commission, there was nobody that came other than the applicant. So they're planning on building duplexes on this lot.
Do we have any questions for Jessica? Thank you. Anybody else like to speak on it? 7:28, I'd like to go ahead and close the public hearing. Move on to 6E, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve ordinance 26-8, zoning request for 624 North 10th for applicant Brandon Smith from R1 to R2.
I make a motion that we approve ordinance 2026, tax 08, rezoning request for 624 North 10th for applicant Brandon Smith from R1 to R2.
Second.
Discussion?
Couple questions, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah.
Another small picture, hard to read, although on this one, I believe in the left-hand portion of the picture, there's some little push pin looking indicators that talk about two different addresses.
I think the one address is one we're voting on now, the next address is coming in the next agenda item.
Yeah,
Okay.
624 and then 620 will be next.
Okay, in separate issue about what they want, okay.
Yes.
My next question is, in that same photo, left to right, on top, what cross street is that? Is that Delaware?
This should be Frisco.
That is Frisco,
Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item F, public hearing to discuss, consider rezoning for 620 North 10th from R1 to R2 for applicant Brandon Smith at 7:29. I'd like to go ahead and open the public hearing.
Okay, so this one is the same. They're gonna rezone it to an R2 to be able to build duplexes on this. It's the lot directly right next to it. And did pass by a planning commission also.
I know we talked about it earlier, but what square footage does that require for a duplex?
I believe it's 7,000.
7,000.
Yes, sir. They'll almost be like the houses, have you seen them? They're colorful doors. They're all over town. They're little 2 bedrooms, but there'll be a duplex of that. So there'll be 2 bedrooms on each side.
Okay.
And you haven't any of the neighbors voiced any?
We had
differences or
one lady that did come in, but she was confused on which lot before the meeting even started. And we were able to talk to her and tell her which lots. And then she said, oh, that's not my lot. So she was good.
Anybody else like to speak on it? 7:31, I'd like to close the public hearing. Move on to 6G, discuss and consideration of possible action to approve ordinance 2026-09, rezoning request for 620 North 10th for applicant Brandon Smith from R1 to R2.
I move we approve ordinance 2026-09, rezoning request for 620 North 10th for applicant Brandon Smith from R1 to R2.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6H, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve release of credit for Enclave Estates Phase 1.
Make a motion that we approve a release of credit for Enclave Estates Phase 1.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I've just never seen one of these before. What do we have to do this? Is it a requirement for something?
Just for the next phase, or?
If I may, a lot of developers actually do bonds, but our ordinances do allow a letter of credit, and then once the improvements have been completed in accordance, then before it can be released, the city council actually has to be the entity that releases it. Otherwise, it is still in effect, and then it kind of, my understanding is, developers can only get a certain amount of credit, and so it's necessary for the next phase.
Okay. So it's something they're needing. It's something they need.
Yes, and the purpose of the letter of credit is to make sure that the improvements are done in accordance with our ordinances.
So we've been out and inspected them and made sure they're all up to code and all that good stuff.
I would assume so, but that.
Good evening, Lloyd Spoggy. Yes, everything's been inspected and approved by the city.
Awesome. Any other questions? Thank you. Roll call.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 6I, discussion consideration and possible action to approve bond for Enclave Estates for Phase 2.
Make a motion that we approve bond for Enclave Estates for Phase 2. Second.
Discussion. So basically the same thing, just instead of credit, they're bonding this time.
That's correct.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 6J, discussion consideration and possible action to approve final plat for Enclave Estates Phase 2.
Move we approve final plat for Enclave Estates Phase 2.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 6K, discussion consideration and possible action to approve service agreement with Smith Roberts Waldschweiler LLC for a GIS database.
Move to approve if we can get some explanations.
Have a first, do I have
Was
a
that a
second?
motion, Charlie?
It is my motion to approve, but I do have some questions.
Okay, I'll second.
All right, let's get Charlie those explanations.
As a citizen, we don't know all this.
Yep.
So when they mention data collection sub-meter,
So.
what is
hey,
what is that telling us?
As of when we were at chickasha.org, we had an agreement with this GIS to do our zoning layer map. And when we switch over to .gov, it requires us to have a new service agreement plus a maintenance. So this way we will know upfront how much it's gonna cost us to add new zoning layers. Eventually, we're gonna bring it back to you guys for sewer and water lines. So this will just get us going back to our maps.chickasha.gov.
So this is something we already have in place. This is just a service agreement to maintain it.
Yes.
And it's a platform for citizens or anybody to get
Yes.
on chickasha.gov to see our zoning
Yes.
for themselves.
Yes.
Do their own, okay.
We do have a lot of real estate agents that call in and ask what their zoning is, so they're able to go online and look that up for themselves, and if they have any questions, they can call us. But as of right now, it's currently down.
Has it been many years since the public has had access to that?
I can't speak on that, but since I've started, they were having access to it until we went to the .gov.
That's just been here recent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Past 2 months. Yeah.
And the reason why it was taking a little while to bring it to you guys, it was back and forth between Amanda making sure everything was correct on our end, and them fixing the issues.
Is this the information the city depends upon as far as locations?
Yes.
Do we ever own our own information, whether we're subscribed to anything or not? Do we ever unroll a map anymore and know where things are? Or if we let this lapse, do we kind of like go, oh, I don't know, we don't have our information anymore?
Mr. Councilmember, if I may, this agreement actually provides that we retain full ownership of all data, documents, reports, and materials provided to us.
But in that, do we physically hold something that you can use without electricity? Or without having subscriptions to something that, oh, yes, we own our data, but we can't have access to it and read it without certain kinds of subscriptions? So I'm concerned about, I do believe our city through the years has lost institutional knowledge. We had old ways of doing it. We had a lot of people that had it up in their head. There were marks on maps and whatnot, and now these modern day things, I'm worried that, just curious about that aspect
So in
of.
the past, we have like the maps that are on the paper maps, but since there's been other leadership in our department, it hasn't been like transferred over properly. So this is able for everybody in the city, if they need to get it, Omar needs to get into it, eventually he'll be able to have the sewer and the water lines. We can't really rely on the old maps because we have new buildings and new homes coming in, and that's just gonna update.
Maybe, is there a point that sometime you do some printing as a backup plan for emergencies? That, hey, at least we've joined this system, we've been adding information as life goes on, but every once in a while we print something out and keep it just in a printed form. Is that possible?
We probably could, yes.
Is that really expensive? Do we know? Is that, I see these rates.
I don't know off the top of my
And
head.
to even expand on that, would it be able to have like a tangible, so instead of it being in the cloud or whatever, actually have it on a database, so if you had to recall it, that would be an intermediate step, I would believe, to what Charlie's talking about versus what we're talking about, so.
Yeah, I have pieces of paper in my file cabinet that has the sewers, water lines, street easements. I have all that in my files, and it makes it a lot easier when I can go in my drawer and look.
Jessica, can I ask if, do we use the Association of the South Central Oklahoma Governments in Duncan, specifically their Community Economic Division, where they have all of those records in paper?
That I'm not aware of.
Okay. It would seem we should. They are a repository for those paper documents. Now, the question would be whether they've been updated or not. And they've been in place for close to 100 years. So I would think we would have a relationship with ASCOG. We're one of the 8 counties within that organization, and that's what they do. So anytime anybody, as an example, applies for a CDBG grant, Community Development Block Grant, they go through ASCOG to make those submissions to the state and then further to the Fed.
ASCOG is a good resource.
Yeah, and so I'm under the understanding that they already have those. Now, the question is whether they've been updated or not. And so if you need help getting a hold of ASCOG, I can certainly help you with that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, all right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica.
If it helps any, Charlie, we kind of deal with that in medical. So we have an electronic medical record in a cloud that stores to it. And when I switch from one software vendor to another, I mean, we still have access to the information, but we can't create new information. So if I switch from one charting system to another, I can still log back into the old one and retrieve records at any time, but not do any new stuff in it.
Kind of like a read-only.
Mm-hmm. It's where I can print anything off or do anything that I needed for.
A permanent history. Thank you. Yeah.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6 L, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve amendment to the agreement with Tyler Technologies, Inc., updating payment processing pricing, and authorize execution of the same.
I make a motion that we approve an amendment to the agreement with Tyler Technologies, Inc., updating payment processing pricing and authorizing execution of the same. Second.
Discussion.
How do they have Tracy's name on that? Is Tyler something that she uses in her department?
Hello, Mr. Mayor, council members. Yeah, I noticed that the other day. We need to update our contact with Tyler Technologies. That's back from when Tracy was in the finance division.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Where y'all seeing Tracy
On the quote.
If it's on a signature block.
at?
Somewhere.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rich. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Irving,
Yes.
Gibb,
Yes.
Heathwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6M, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve agreement with Dobson Fiber to provide 2 gigabyte of internet service with a static IP at Shannon Springs Park for monthly amount not to exceed $255, and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
I make a motion that we approve an agreement with Dobson Fiber to provide 2 gigabytes of internet service with static IP at Shannon Springs Park in a monthly amount not to exceed $255, and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Second.
Discussion.
Do we have a comparison of what we used to pay
Well, I think this is a new service.
that we didn't have a phone there before?
That would be a Shay question. Internet, this is a new internet service,
It's internet,
phone-wise.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. This is new internet service. We have not had internet service out there before. We are requesting this so that we can put in the phone service. So I see that is probably a little bit of confusion on my part. We currently are paying AT&T for phone service for the public pool. It's a POTS line, and AT&T is going away from all of those POTS lines, so we had to get onto a service that would provide internet-based phone service. So we've already engaged Dobson for that, and now we're needing to add the internet piece so that we can actually have the phone service.
Shay, is the internet just solely for the use of a telephone, or is there some other plans?
So we hope to be able to, or we will be able to, provide internet for the park. We'll be able to partition it so that part of the internet will be public Wi-Fi, free public Wi-Fi, and part of it will be dedicated solely for city use and pool employee use and for that phone line. We'll be able to put them on separate networks so that we will have secure connections, and we won't have a public person getting into the city network at all.
I'm unaware. Will there be more expenses coming to make that happen?
We will have to get some equipment.
And will there be more subscriptions coming, or just this is?
No, we'll have to have Stanley's install the equipment for us, but there shouldn't be any additional ongoing costs.
My final question's a tricky one.
Okay.
I wonder what the phone number is to the pool. I don't know.
So currently it is set up to be a 911 emergency line.
Oh,
It's
okay.
required that we have an emergency line at the pool. I believe
And that-
there's a button that you're supposed to be able to push and it dials out. I don't know that it always works because of the POTS line and the aging technology. From what I understand, it's worked on every year and it typically doesn't always work throughout the year. And AT&T has told us you have to get off of this. They've raised the cost so that it doesn't make sense to stay on it. We will be able to have a phone out there that if we and/or the YMCA so choose, we could allow for other use. But its primary function will be a 911 or a line that can call in case of emergency.
Shay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchett,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6N, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve agreement with Stanley Systems to add 2 printers to our contract and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Make a motion to approve an agreement with Stanley Systems to add 2 printers to our contract and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Second.
Discussion.
Mr. Mayor, am I missing, is there a cost associated with this, or is it just a formality
There is,
to?
it's right here. It's an additional $182.96 a month.
For 2 printers
And
that, what are we renting them?
it's a lease.
We lease them? Okay. So they're kind of printers that do a lot of things? Is it copier printer type, or is it?
47528s are desktop color.
Okay, thank you.
Was it intended, Shay, that these 2 machines be on their own service pool? I just want to make sure we're aware of that.
I'm so sorry. So these 2 machines are in addition to our current printer contract. We needed a new machine for our parks director. He does not have one in his current office, or in his office. And our children's librarian also does not have a machine. So they are being added to our current contract of printers. The reason that we have a whole new agreement for these 2 is because it does change the terms a little bit. And Amanda, if you want to speak to this as well, it changes the number of the number of pages we can print in color and black and white every month.
That's
And
my
that changes our
question,
whole
'cause
thing.
this contract,
It updates our whole contract from my understanding.
well, this contract makes it run coterminously, so it will make it, the lease will run coterminously.
Yes.
I'm not convinced that this adds it to the current service pool. My understanding of the contracts is the way that they read is that these numbers should be the total pool. Otherwise, this is creating its own new pool.
For just these 2?
I would just clarify that.
No, I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that, and I'm happy to clarify. I understood that it was updating our whole agreement, but I cannot guarantee that, so.
I use this as well, and it usually updates the contract as far as months, but it doesn't, like, we have an allotment per machine.
So that's what this reads here, these 2
Yeah.
down, so clearly I work there and I do
I was
this,
gonna say,
so.
you're the expert here. Yeah, that's why I'm
so,
like, if
yeah,
you understand something different.
But it just made our contract longer, like it
Right.
extended our contract, kind of started.
It is
over.
my understanding that if it's gonna change and add this to the current service pool, that these 2 numbers here should be reflective
Would be
of
the
the
total
total
service.
pool.
Okay.
Now,
I
what
may
we
have
could
totally
do.
misunderstood then.
Yes, so what we could do is approve this here, but then ask for that updated.
Yes.
We could approve it, it doesn't change the monthly, so that could be something where we've approved it here and it wouldn't necessarily have to come back before us for Jim to sign because the money wouldn't change. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The monthly payment wouldn't change, what we'd be approving financially wouldn't change. It would just be confirming and making
That it
sure that
does
it does.
indeed,
Yeah,
yeah.
otherwise those 2 machines will be on their own pool,
Yeah.
which would then create a likelihood of more of an overage.
Yes, for sure. If Amanda and you all are comfortable with that, I will get clarification first thing in the morning, but if not, we will pull these and we will keep working as we're working until next meeting, so.
Would an amended motion be in order?
Right, if we're gonna approve pending confirmation on singular pool versus adding a new pool. I think I got that terminology right.
Creating a new pool versus adding to current coverage
So we
pool.
want to add to current, not create new.
Yes, we want to add to the current, not create a new.
Yes, so changing the motion, yes.
Yep. Who made the original motion?
I did.
Remember who made the motion?
Hatchet, and seconded by Heatherthwaite.
So on my motion, I would like to amend it to add it to the current pool and not have it as standalone separate.
Or confirmation that we're going to do that?
Yes.
right? Okay.
Second.
Any more discussion? We got there. We got there. Roll call.
Heatherthwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Recuse.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchet,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6O, discussion, consideration, and possible action to accept quote in amount of $47,796.25 from Keystone Services, Inc. for maintenance work on parking lot at the Chickasha Sports Complex.
Move we accept a quote in the amount of $47,796.25 from Keystone Services, Inc. for maintenance work in the parking lot at the Chickasha Sports Complex.
Second.
Discussion.
This is just the parking lot, right? No sidewalks or anything like that?
Yep.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council. Yes, so it's just for the parking lot. Currently, we're just trying to fix all the cracks that are in it to keep the weather out of it, so update it, or preserve it, I should say.
And this is a budgeted.
Yes, it's actually, the entire parking lot was budgeted, but we're trying to distribute the money amongst other parts of the park so that we can get it back up to par, like the fields being brought back up to where they need to be, some equipment and some other things. So there was $250,000, I believe, that was set aside for the parking lot. And by doing it this way, we'll preserve it for another couple of years. We're also talking about seal coating it. That will help it as well to last a little bit longer.
Omar, will there be, would one expect that all the current parking service will have this treatment?
It will be for, yes, all the asphalt at the sports complex.
Will we need, then we will come back with new lines?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
at the moment, right now, it's just sealing the cracks in the parking lot.
This
When
will not,
When we'll do the seal coating, then we'll come back and we'll do the striping.
okay.
Is the city going to do the striping, or are we going to contract it?
It'll be contracted through state contract.
Would we have some control of, to make sure, hey, guys, be careful where you spray. Put the product where it needs to go and not up on the curbs or sidewalks or the parking bumpers or anything like that?
So the process with this is about a 4 to 5 man crew. And they got something called a billy goat, which I think is pretty funny. But it's a little motor on 4 wheels with a little wire brush.
Okay.
And it'll be an empty lot whenever it does happen. They'll go clean it out, come back through there with the air compressor, blow all the cracks out. And then there's one guy with a wand, and it just comes out like a goop. And they lay it down in the crack, and then there's 2 guys that come in behind him with some little squeegees that are just in a V, and it just carries it, and it fills in the cracks. That's it.
Okay.
It's not like a paint sprayer.
Well, I'm just requesting on behalf of our city, we have a great facility out there, and we hope to see the product where it needs to go and not see overspray and whatnot where it doesn't need to go. That was my concern.
Yeah, there won't be no overspray on this
Thank you.
process.
Thank you.
Thank you, Omar.
Thanks, Omar.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchet,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Heatherthwaite,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6P, discussion, consideration, and possible action to appoint Mary Kay Parrish to the Library Advisory Board with term to expire June 30th, 2028.
I make a motion that we appoint Mary Kay Parrish to the Library Advisory Board with a term to expire June 30th, 2028.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchet,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes.
Smith?
Smith.
Yes.
Item 6Q, discussion, consideration, and possible action on Resolution 2026-12R. Resolution of the City Council of the City of Chickasha, Grady County, State of Oklahoma, authorizing the installation of certain streetlights by American Electric Power at specified locations within the city, providing for payment of the applicable monthly charges and providing for the effective date.
I'll make a motion that we approve Resolution 2026-12R as presented.
Second.
Discussion.
I have a question. So how did it come about, the choice for these intersections for lights? Was this something that, is this?
Staff,
Omar, how'd we pick these intersections?
So I believe this is a decision that is brought forth by the engineers of the developers in the area. And I believe it's for the Enclave Estate, it's what it's for, so it's one of the streetlights there.
Maybe that was already pointed out on the plats. Would we know?
Yes.
It might have been approved in the plats that we approved.
That's what I thought, I just didn't want to guess.
That's it?
And so can I ask a question too? Is AEP, we're talking PSO?
Yes.
Okay, that translates better to those of us in
The
Oklahoma.
locals.
Yes, yeah. So PSO also put in, I mean, I hate to say it's random, but they put in lights in places where they're needed almost just to do it, because they're good partners. And I know that's kind of a weird thing to say, but it has happened since I've been here watching. So this may be the same thing, I don't know. It seems like we ought to know, though. Who decided that spot?
That I'm not sure of. I wasn't part of the planning commission on that.
I believe it was a part of the plat, the engineering confirmed all of that where they were gonna place it, so it'll be 4 lights that PSO AEP puts in.
Okay. Any more discussion? Thank you. Roll call.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 6R, discussion, consideration, and possible action to declare certain Animal Welfare Division equipment as surplus, including Maytag washers and dryers, a first trend camera system, an HP computer, waive competitive bidding pursuant to section 2-219D of the city code, and authorize disposal or transfer to other government entities, finding such transfer services a valid public purpose. Serves a valid purpose.
I'll make a motion that we declare certain Animal Welfare Division equipment as surplus, including Maytag washers and dryer, a fixed-trend camera system, and an HP computer, waive competitive bidding pursuant to section 2-219D of the city code, and authorize disposal and transfer to other governmental entities, finding such transfer serves a valid public purpose.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 6S, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve interlocal cooperation agreement for participation in the Oklahoma Purchasing System, TOPS, and authorize the mayor to execute the agreement.
I move we approve an interlocal cooperation agreement for participation in the Oklahoma Purchasing System, TOPS, and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Second.
Discussion.
Is anybody really more familiar with this entity? Is this an entity of state government when we say interlocal? Or
Yes.
what's it, cooperative or?
Yes, so they're a entity located out of Ada, I believe it is.
Okay.
And they are compliant with all the requirements of Oklahoma State contract bidding. And they are the only ones that do the type of work that they do on the dirt fields, like ball fields and stuff like that, you gotta be a member, but again, they are, you can use them continuously. So once you become a member, you're in there for good.
And our goals are to
Use
be a
them to-
member.
Yes, to be a
To
member,
use,
to be able to
to use
update
that
the fields.
access for what?
To update our ball fields. Our ball fields at the sports complex they're.
Tragic.
Yes, they've been let go, and our goal is to go through this avenue to be able to bring them back up to where they need to be. Just kind of restore it to its glory days. So we've been doing a little bit of work. Like I said, we took the money from the overall project for the parking lot and just kind of distributed. Like I said, we have a piece of equipment that is a key piece of equipment to be out there, laser level, everything else, so that we drag the ball fields with rakes or with a gator and a drag mat. But there's no leveling, there's nothing that really goes on out there. So, like I said, we distributed that money across the park in itself, the complex, to be able to bring it back up to where it needs to be.
Thank you, Omar.
Did you guys used to be in something with USAO that kind of helped, or they did some of that, or?
I believe it's the same thing. They help USAO, they help the Chickasha Public Schools. They help a lot of different municipalities and state school agencies.
I know we have to be very careful when we enter into these type of purchasing, who we use to purchase with. And this one's approved by the Attorney General and everything like that. Everything's
Amanda checked into everything.
Good to go.
She gave me the thumbs up.
In a particular note, free to join, no obligation. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
sports complex. I'm all about free and refurbishing, so repurposing.
Sports complex is a big economic
Yeah.
for this community. Other towns around us are building other sports complexes. It's very competitive. We have not kept up those fields out there. The parking lot, the lighting, things of that nature. So we're trying to make a big push to get these up. So, because I guarantee you, every time we cut a tournament out, sometimes the hotel, motel owners, some of the restaurant people will contact us. What happened? We're counting on a big weekend. They know what goes on out there. And we've had, so far, 155 team, 40-some-odd teams, 30-some-odd teams that have come in for the weekends. And, but we've also had a few cancellations, and people have gone other places, and we're trying to replace those dates with other things. But I guarantee you that they know what goes on at each place. And but we have one thing we do have, other people don't have, is we have 15 fields located at one location. And they don't have to travel around, and we do have parking. And we're trying to get that upgraded, and by the end of the year it will be. And we'll probably be very competitive with everybody around us.
Thank you. Thank you, Omar.
I have to admit, when I first saw tops, I thought, take off pounds sensibly. I thought somebody was trying to tell me something.
Any more discussion? Roll call.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. 6T, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve an oil and gas lease with Continental Resources, Inc. following a public auction pursuant to Title 64, Sections 1081 and 1082 for the following described property: an undivided 220 acres, more or less, in the northeast half, or the north half, northeast quarter, south half, northeast quarter, southeast quarter, Section 10, Township 8, North, Range 9 West, Caddo County, Oklahoma.
Make a motion that we approve an oil and gas lease with Continental Resources, Inc. following the public auction pursuant to Title 64, Sections 1081 and 1082 for the following described property: an undivided 220 acres more or less in the north half, northeast quarter, south half, northeast quarter, southeast quarter, Section 10, Township 8 North, Range 9 West, Caddo County, Oklahoma.
Second.
Discussion.
Mr. Mayor, I plan to recuse myself from this matter.
Okay, thank you, Charlie. Any discussion? Roll call.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Somebody snag Charlie for me. Snuck in the bathroom for you.
Can only hold it so long.
Well, that was a hike. He's always like,
You made it that far already?
yeah.
Scooting. I'm not gonna break any records tonight, so it's a couple more minutes.
No joy. I don't know where he is.
Okay. We'll move right along. 6U, discuss consideration and possible action to approve temporary street closure from 100 block of Chickasha Avenue for a monthly held coffee and cars downtown on last Sunday of each month, 2026, and waive any associated fees.
Move we approve temporary street closure of the 100 block of Chickasha Avenue for the monthly held coffee and cars downtown on the last Saturday of each month of 2026 and waive any associated fees.
Second.
Discussion.
I did have somebody reach out to me, and I believe she's since reached out to Erica. I would just like for us to request the people that are requesting these closures to make sure that they contact all the businesses that they could be hindering in parking or access to, customer access to their businesses. I don't think they really had a problem with it, but I think one of the last closures kind of sideswiped this particular person. They were unaware of it, and I just think it would be a courtesy of whoever is requesting these closures, any groups or, you know, people trying to do benefits and stuff, that they make sure that they contact the businesses, that it would,
Yeah.
How long would the street be closed? All day?
7 to noon.
But my issue, and I brought it up before, is the parking in front of the hotel. You have residents that live there that park there, and when we close down the street, that sort of locks them in or locks them out.
You can still get
From the
in,
home.
John.
Huh?
You can still get in and out. But what you had said that once, so I went down to do it. You can come up through the alleyway is one, and depends on how far you block it off at the end. 'Cause I was concerned about that too, but you can get out of there. It is inconvenient, however.
But I would agree, I would like to see that whoever's hosting any of the events, that, not that they necessarily have to get everyone's permission, but they need to be proactive and make sure that everyone is aware.
communication.
Yeah.
Can you clarify, this is the 100 block, so it's the east side of Brandy's to Lady Hogs? Is it just that little section right there? Or is it the whole, I mean,
No,
what
it's-
do you
That's
mean when
that
you say
whole
100?
block.
To the hotel and down
It
by Tammy's
says,
Bling.
Yeah.
the flower shop, Lady Hog.
Yeah, I see that, I just didn't know if that meant that could impact,
I can't really read it
I
all.
mean, that's the, she put the sanitary facilities to be provided, she
Lady
listed the
Hogs.
places, but. Is this
So it
something-
goes from, yeah, just that,
I mean, are we finding that it's beneficial, are people utilizing this, and more people are coming downtown for this, and?
it seemed like there was a lot of people at the last one.
That, the last one wasn't the typical cars and coffee thing, though. It was an actual car show that.
Oh, it was a bigger
That lasted
event?
all day long.
Oh, okay.
Mayor, can I speak to this back at all of these, in these meetings with people? Yeah. So, the Coffee and Cars is just the last Saturday of the month. Typically, it's just like people around town in their cars. It's not huge. It's not anything that's crazy. It's not anything that's hindering any business, but there are people downtown. They're done before like my business is opening. We don't open till 10 on Saturdays. The other ones, the other retails, we're all opening around the same time. So the Coffee and Cars is done and over with. That crowd is gone. Doesn't really give us any issues with parking or anything like that. It's the bigger car shows that they're bringing in, and they want to close down from 1st to 4th or 1st to 3rd. Those are the ones that we're having the issue with. There's not people down there that are down there to shop our retail or eat or anything like that. They're just down there looking at cars, and so we're losing hours of money because our people cannot park and come in and see us. The Coffee and Cars is great. They're down there, they're hanging out, and then they're gone before business is starting. It's the larger shows, and they're not out spending money like with the retail stores. Like they're not shopping with me, and they're not shopping with Tammy's or anything like that. They're just parking and walking around and networking with their vehicles. But that is what's hindering the businesses downtown, is the larger ones. The Coffee and Cars is easy.
I wonder if in the future those larger ones could just be on First
So
instead of on.
The last one, the one that was this last weekend, I kind of had conversations about that. And so they moved to where they were parking in the depot parking lot, and then down First Street, and then down the 100 block. And that was great because then they were in this 200 block, 300 block, 400 block. They were just right down there, and they had more parking, and they were kind of more centered instead of.
I mean, it just makes more
Run
sense
out.
And
to
didn't
have
they-
it where they aren't blocking businesses.
Right.
Because there's
Didn't they
nothing
just-
on First Street right there.
Exactly.
Didn't they just block off the 100 block though?
They just blocked off the 100 block. That one they were asking for up to 4th Street. And so I kind of had said, hey, like, how many cars are we expecting? Because when you do this, there's between the 3rd and the 300 block, there's 5 retails that are open on Saturday morning. So
Yeah.
you could make our Saturday, but you could also tank us. So it was kind of one of those things. So they moved it, and it worked out marvelously for us.
Okay.
So if we could make it where they do have to utilize more of that parking instead of closing the streets off, that would, I think, work out for everyone.
But that's for the large ones. So you
But
said
that's for the
this-
large ones. The
this
Coffee and
Coffee and
Cars-
Cars is,
I think there's like 30 to 50 cars, and they stay down there, and it's fine.
Yeah, I
fine.
just, the main reason I brought it up tonight was this is a street closure, so I just wanted to bring it up.
And we
you know,
don't have
before the next
notice.
one.
We would just show up to work and the roads are closed.
Okay.
There's not a conversation, unless you're in a city council meeting, there's not a conversation that you know this road closure is happening. You just show up and there's barricades and you can't open, or you're having to do something different.
so is that something we could make as a part of the packet? You know, they have to fill this out to request it. Could we make that a requirement that we will approve, but you have to make the adjoining businesses and entities aware of your closure?
Yes.
And my
Sure.
other question with you too, Amanda, would be, is there any type of ramification or any complication with doing something like the last Saturday of every month? I mean, when we really don't know how far out, I mean, I don't want to get anybody into a bind with confirming allowing you to do something and then something come up in 2 months from now and then it's hard to grant that for that long. While
No, I agree with
appreciate
you.
everything that's being made to draw the crowd and to give some entertainment, I don't want to.
Well, they've been doing coffee and cars for probably 2 years, but we haven't shut down the street.
Right.
And
That's what I'm
Brandy,
saying.
Brandy has indicated that she has visited with Chamber of Commerce about any activities that be planned during those periods at the downtown, and is willing to work with any other event, should that happen.
I just think if there was a way to make it where there was some type of communication with the businesses that it is impacting, if we are closing streets down to 4th Street, that would be the best, because like I said, we showed up, I think it was in October, they were doing a car show, and they had us closed, maybe it was in November, to 4th Street. Had no idea, my girls couldn't park, couldn't get into my building. It was raining, so they called me, and there were no cars past 2nd Street. There was nothing at all on my block at all. But they had went ahead and barricaded it off because they were hoping for more. But that was that entire block that was unusable, that we couldn't use, which I did go down there and they did move the barricades back and open us up, and it was great. But we had no idea until it was happening.
So who put those barricades up?
I say, do we okay that?
Yes, yeah.
we approve
It
them?
came before city council. It just
All the way to
didn't
4th?
get to the businesses downtown.
And that's another thing, so would we be responsible for setting all that up the last?
It says in here that they have their own barricades, and they would, I remember reading that in here somewhere.
Mayor, what I can do is when I create the indemnification agreement for them to execute, I can make that part of the content of the letter that I send with it, that they need to contact all the businesses and let them know of the street closures and their intentions. So it will be documented in the letter along with the indemnification agreement.
Maybe that's a neighborly thing to do.
I just, any heads up is better than absolutely nothing at all. So I
Maybe
would
let them,
have,
maybe let them know that if we hear that there hasn't been communication, we would be less likely to approve in the future.
And we don't, and I don't want to muddy the waters too bad, but I mean, just because they're asking for the last Saturday, I don't mean we have to give them the whole shebang, all 9 events. We can approve 2 or 3 to evaluate and get feedback. I'm assuming, right? Okay.
Mr. Mayor?
Yeah.
I didn't hear Georgianne's question as I was walking back in the room, or your comment, but also, Kia, and I can't explain my uncomfortableness with it, but yes, the multiple dates, it just seems like there maybe should be something wrong with it, and that's no disrespect to the project and the people and how they do it. They've been very organized and very proper about how they brought things with this, but I think we're just taking away from somebody else to grant so many of them right now.
Who made the motion?
Motion was by Alexander, second by Hebblethwaite.
Would you consider amending it to, like, approve 2 or 3 and then for reevaluation purposes and
Through the month
bring it back? Or
Maybe through for the first quarter or the second
Be the
quarter?
second quarter, yeah.
Because this right here is kind of open-ended, isn't it? It just says the last Saturday of every month.
Through the end of the
It's
year.
listed out, the dates.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll amend my motion
Sorry, I
to
think I'm missing
approve.
a page here.
But I'm understanding this is only the 100 block that
Yes.
we're
Right.
putting. Okay.
Yes, yeah. So there is on this form as well, and I don't see anybody hacking off the police department, fire department, public works, community development. Those should all have a check mark, and they don't.
I will be sending copies once the indemnification agreement is created, along with the letter. I send a copy of all that to all the departments for notification.
Okay, but it's almost backwards, Susan, it seems to me.
It's just
If
the
the police
form
department
that's-
knows that we have a challenge there,
It's if that form is created for a special event that does not come through council, that's a form that's created and used by community development, so it's kind of a form that's being used for a different purpose, for
Okay.
lack of a better term. But all departments are notified of the approval and everything.
okay.
Okay, so
Fair
I would
enough.
like to amend my motion to approve the closure for the 100 block for coffees and cars to include the dates of April 25th, May 30th, and June 27th, 2026.
Second.
I have the second.
She has to second it again.
So 3rd.
Okay, motion was made by
Oh,
Alexander
third.
and
Thank you.
second was by Hebblethwaite, so you both wish to amend it. Okay.
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 Any more discussion?
Yeah, and I apologize for that. I didn't see that page there to see those dates, so. Let's see now. if there was anything.
Roll call.
Ginn,
Yes.
Hebblethwaite,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Alexander,
Yes.
Burris,
Yes.
Southard,
Yes.
Hatchet,
Yes.
Irving,
Yes.
Grayson.
Yes. Item 6V, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve request from Chickasha Youth Baseball to use the sports complex for the spring 2026 season and waive any associated fees.
Make a motion that we approve the request from the Chickasha Youth Baseball to use the sports complex for the spring 2026 season and waive any associated fees. Second.
Discussion.
Offhand, do we know what those fees would be? Is it quite a bit of money?
It's gonna depend on how many events they actually
Yes.
host, but,
But if this is for their league, so that would be a few nights a week,
yeah.
Now,
right?
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, this came to our attention, of course, we didn't have a Parks and Recreation director for a period of time. Season became to start, and Omar Fierro and myself met with these gentlemen and several other people on tournaments and what have you, because the city had developed a fee schedule for rental of the fields. For some reason, and really, just being honest, on every tournament that they've had in the past, those fee schedule was not followed, okay? There was a discount given to that. The Little League, after we met with them, season had already started. They gave a nominal donation or fee to the city. We felt it didn't cover our cost, and we began to talk with them about it. Then they do have teams that come in. They only use the fields Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They have a league, and the league goes outside our city, and other towns come in and play. And they also go to other towns to play. And the comment was made that this comes before the council every year. I'm not familiar with it. We haven't found any record of it coming before the council every year. But we thought it would be in the best interest that we start that. We bring it forward this year. We're going to see how things go and then develop a plan for next year to go forward. They had already sent out their sign-up schedule, how much money they were going to collect to play to play in their league and play that. So it'd be hard for them to go back and start charging all their little younger people more money at this point in time. So I think it's in everybody's best interest just to move forward with this. And we'll sit back right after the season ends and we'll plan for them for next year. Might cover our costs on some of these events.
You used a term, I know it's a generic term, but you use Little League. We don't have a Little League in Chickasha anymore. And the reason we don't is because when the city swapped out Chickasha Public Schools, the land on Iowa Avenue, it took away the Little League fields. And the big thought was, we're going to move them out to the complex. At the time, the city would not allow Little League
To practice there.
well, it wasn't the practice, it was they were wanting to charge to get in. And no Little League association is allowed to charge for anyone to come and watch. And that's the reason Little League left Chickasha they were here from 1956 until 2002
Well, they're playing out there now, and they're members of another association. as you
Well, this one's
mentioned.
different than Little League. So there used to be Little League, which was significantly cheaper per player. And then it was a draft.
It was Little League Association out of
Yes, and so
Williamsport,
the kids were
Pennsylvania.
drafted onto the teams, and it was, this OK Kids is competitive travel league. I've spent half my life with a child in OK Kids. That was gonna be my question is, do we typically waive the fees? Because this one is not the old Little League. This is OK Kids. This is travel baseball. This is higher priced. This is, the parents are paying quite a bit of money. They charge gate. So then why are we giving it all away?
Well, again, we talked to them about, and they talked about what they might have at the end of the year to give us a donation. Last year, they
No, I
Well,
understand this
sorry,
year, it's
and
kind of is
I'm
what
just
it
saying,
is, but
I
in
think
the
we need to look at
future.
it real closely. I know, we feel we should get part of the gate and, make sure we have enough money in all these things to cover our cost. Because we do provide lots of things out there. You know, the fields are marked, you know. We do run the fields, and Omar talked about how we go out. We're trying to get the fields level, do a lot of things out there this year, and we need to recover some of our costs. But
I
like
would
said,
almost suggest that we structured similarly to the way that the school has it structured. The school keeps all the gate because they do all the maintenance to all the
Yes.
fields. The entities, the sports, the different teams, that's their games and it's their facilities, they don't get $1 of gate.
Right.
They can run their concessions, they can do the other things, but, and the team fees, you know, whatever would be associated out here, but out at the high school and the middle school sports that are school sponsored, the school does the maintenance to all the fields, they get all the gate.
That's right.
like I said, we're watching all the fields. We're trying to keep a record of every team that comes in.
But Cuba rents the facilities. They rent the facilities from the school, so they keep their gate.
That's right. I don't know why we don't keep gate money out there, honestly, for all of it, but.
We're working on that.
Yeah.
But
just in the future, definitely, we need to
Right.
not give away the farm.
I think we have been giving away the farm, and that's what we've been looking at and trying to get some of these. And of course, you know, some of these people say, well, I'll go someplace else, and that's fine too, you know, because why should we lose money on, and you make all the money and we get nothing? And so this is something I think the city needs to look at, and we're keeping track of all the teams that come in. We're trying to get who the teams are.
I will say that if they try to use that argument with OK Kids and say they'll go somewhere else, OK Kids has strict rules that you have to live where you play. So they can't say, we'll go someplace else and have their home games in Pocasset and be an OK Kids affiliated
Right.
team if they all live and go to Chickasha.
I understand.
They can't. So I understand that's for
But
when we're negotiating.
a lot of
that's
these
not
other
true.
tournaments on the weekends aren't tied to.
The tournaments are different.
Yeah, they're a different deal, and, again, it's something that, it's gonna be a big learning experience, and, there were not really any records on what occurred in the past, and so we're creating those records as we speak, okay?
So so the city maintains the fields and they do their own cost as far as the umpires and.
Yeah, they pay for their umpires,
And their concession, they run concession, or does city run concession on something like that?
we
have a
have the
contract
fields
director.
So the city.
all prepared Friday night for the tournament on Saturday and Sunday, or if they do Friday, we will have, all the fields are prepared for them one time. Of course, like over this last weekend, when we had a small tournament out there, I think there were 30-some odd teams. We had a lot of rain, and we went out and helped them get the fields ready to play. And, you know, and so, I mean, there's a lot of things that go on out there, and to try to keep things moving, and we're very happy with some. And it's like, we had one gentleman that signed up 3 dates for tournaments, and then at the last minute, very recently, he came in and canceled his 3 dates. And the way it was set up, and which will not allow that to happen again with him, you know, because you're trying to replace those dates with other tournaments. And just a lot of things have gone on out there. I think that we're going to make a lot of changes this next year, but we do need better control. We need to cover our costs. And I believe we do need to be part of the gate.
And I know we say cover our costs, and what that really means is being able to invest in a better facility.
Yes.
Oh, we have 15 fields, they're good fields, excellent, we have good lighting. Like I say, we're fixing the parking, we're doing a lot of things there to help it. We did have improved, the gentleman that has concessions have done a lot of work and making it a lot better this year. And we're keeping the restrooms really clean, which they haven't in the past. And there's a lot of things that we're doing out there that I think are making a difference. We've had a lot of good compliments about it. And, but also people need to come out. We're not here for everybody else to make money. I think we have to protect the city and make sure we're, we got to cover our costs of that. Because all those people we have out there that are working and keeping the restrooms clean, picking this up and that, it's a cost to us, and we need to recoup our money. And we plan to do that in the future, and we'll be bringing back a plan and showing you what we'd like to do once we get the season done.
Thank you, Jim. Any more discussion? Roll call.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn? Grayson?
Yes. Item 7, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. I'd like to call the Chickasha Municipal Authority to order. Need a roll call, please.
Hatchett?
Yes. Present.
Irving?
Here.
Ginn? Here. Hebblethwaite?
Here.
Smith?
Present.
Alexander?
Here.
Burris?
Here.
Southard?
Present.
Grayson?
Here, item 2, consent docket.
Motion to approve consent docket as presented.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 4, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. I'd like to call the Chickasha Municipal Airport Authority to order. Need a roll call, please.
Hatchett?
Present.
Irving?
Here.
Ginn?
Here.
Hebblethwaite?
Here.
Smith?
Present.
Alexander?
Here.
Burris?
Here.
Southard?
Present.
Grayson?
Here. Item 2, consent docket.
Motion to approve consent docket as presented.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. Item 3A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve agreement with Alan Mitchell, Voice of the Flying Circus, for announcing services for the 2026 Wings and Wheels event in an amount not to exceed $4,500, and execute the mayor, and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
I make that motion.
Motion to approve an agreement with Alan Mitchell, Voice of the Flying Circus, for announcing services for the 2026 Wings and Wheels event in an amount not to exceed $4,500, and authorize the mayor to execute the same. Second.
That's not the first time I've said that, so there must be some kind of Freudian thing going on, but,
It's past 8:30. We're ready to be executed.
yeah, discussion.
Second.
Roll call.
Irving?
Yes.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes. 3B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve an agreement with Jeff Kane for performance at the 2026 Wings and Wheels in an amount not to exceed $1,500, and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Make a motion that we approve an agreement with Jeff Kane for performance at the 2026 Wings and Wheels in amount not to exceed $1,500, and authorize the mayor to execute the same. Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Ginn?
Yes.
Hebblethwaite?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Alexander?
Yes.
Burris?
Yes.
Southard?
Yes.
Hatchett?
Yes.
Irving?
Yes.
Grayson?
Yes, I just realized all those should have been 4A and 4B, but they were. Anyway, item 5, motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
We're adjourned. Thank you.